The Honourable Leader of the Third Party.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The left doesn't look that good. Mr. Speaker, the NDP has proudly proclaimed that now all Albertans can apply to be on all boards appointed by this government. When it comes to handling $90 billion as an AIMCO board member, I'm not sure I want just any person in charge, unless, of course, they're well qualified. To the Premier, why can't you admit that your socialist dogma does not make all people equally able to manage $90 billion, and will you re-establish minimum requirements that let only qualified people do this important task?
The Honourable Premier.
Well, Mr. Speaker, let me begin by saying that we have very great confidence in the professionals at AIMCO to make sound investment decisions, and indeed, this is why we're seeing excellent outcomes as a result of their work. But, Mr. Speaker, I'd just like to read the following quote. "In making an appointment, the Lieutenant Governor and Council shall have regard to the desirability of having a board that is comprised of individuals who in the aggregate have the full range of skills, knowledge and experience necessary to run the corporation." That is in the regulation, Mr. Speaker. That is the rule that we are following, Mr. Speaker, and I suggest that the member opposite judge us on our record.
Thanks, Mr. Speaker. AIMCO manages $90 billion, including the Heritage Trust Fund and about $70 billion in pension funds belonging to Alberta workers. Here's what the NDP took out in Section 5. Proven and demonstrable experience and expertise in investment management, finance, accounting, or law, or experience as an executive or a director in a senior publicly traded issuer. Much different than what the Premier just said. Premier, where can we look up something comparable to that? Not that what you just put in, but something that actually has teeth and is specific and makes people be qualified.
Mr. Speaker, to begin with, I think it's important for the members opposite to understand that what I just read actually ensures exactly what he's referring to. But in addition, Mr. Speaker, the Board of AIMCO is looking at guidelines that will also include exactly the additional issues that he's talking about, Mr. Speaker. And you know what? The quality and the competence of the people that this government has appointed to that board are absolutely stellar, and nobody could possibly criticize them, Mr. Speaker. So I would suggest that the member opposite look at our record rather than looking for problems that aren't there, Mr. Speaker.
Second supplemental.
All the qualified people the Premier refers to were appointed before these changes that they made. So, Premier, there's 4 new members coming on. Section 6 required a nominating committee to keep AIMCO at arm's length to stop political interference. Albertans don't trust that won't happen. To the Premier, ask you once again, will you assure this House and all Albertans, after admitting that you need to make more changes, that you will not stack this board with your friends simply to propagate the NDP worldview?
The Honourable Minister of Finance.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to address this. And, you know, look at the quality of the people who have been appointed recently. Those people were appointed in October. We changed the system, Mr. Speaker, in September. Ken Kroner was appointed, who previously managed $4 trillion in assets. Phyllis Clark, formerly the Vice President and CFO of the U of A, also came on. We've got several more appointments going. Judge us by the people who come onto the board, and they're going to be stellar like these people are.